Boy, time flies, Coach, when you're having fun, right? Entering your 5th season as head coach here on Rocky Top, it's hard to believe. How rewarding has it been for you, both from a professional standpoint and family? Your kids have grown up here.
Yeah, this is home for us.
Yeah.
Our family absolutely loves it. Daughter and son, so many connections, activities that they're involved in. It's hard to believe that it's going into year 5 already. It feels like a blink of an eye. Excited about this upcoming season. Got great staff. Love the guys that we have in the locker room. Ready to get going this summer and start competing towards training camp.
Sure. You know what's fun for me and for us to watch is the camaraderie you have, not just with your staff, but with the other coaches on campus. That's got to be a neat feeling for you, being able to just be associated with them on a daily and weekly and monthly basis.
Yeah, it really is. That's one of the great things on Rocky Top. You look at all of the sports in our athletic department. You have athletes that are competing at a championship level. You have great coaches that do it the right way, but there's great connection and camaraderie between us. And at the end of the day, when you're successful in every part of the year, it's a huge benefit. Your brand's in front of the recruits nationally year in or throughout the course of the year. But it's also a big part of the recruiting and being able to take our recruits to different venues and see what our fan base is, how passionate they are in the success on the field.
Yeah, what you just did with the Caravan, I know that was really successful going across the state with that as well.
Yeah, it's great. You know, as we finish up spring ball, a great opportunity to get out and see our fans, go to them. For one of the few times during the year when we get a chance to do that, and a lot of fun.
All right, Coach, the last couple days of camp aside, that month's worth of spring practice work, from a productivity standpoint and team bonding, what was it like for you and your staff?
Yeah, team bonding never stops. You know, certainly when you're all together inside of the building or on the practice field, that's a big part of it. But you got to be intentional and continuing to grow that at every point in the year, and we will be. You know, fundamentals and technique, growth within the understanding of our schemes. So many young guys, 23 guys that were here first time inside of college football, talking about guys that you know should realistically still be getting ready for their prom, going through spring ball. Those guys are going to have to help us. There's no time for young guys to be young when we get to the fall. But the influx of a team, and at the end of the day, it's one of the hard things. It's also one of the great things inside of the college landscape is, you know, a third of your roster is essentially turning over every year as guys move on and get ready for, you know, the next part of their career, NFL, whatever it might be. So, you know, had a great off season. We made a bunch of strides during the course of our spring ball. By the time we get back in training camp, our young guys got to be seasoned vets, and that's really the challenge. Physically, continuing to grow, but then growing within the scope of our schemes as we get through the course of the summer.
No doubt. Speaking of growing, you've got a young man on your roster, Boo Carter, who, and spring is the time for experimentation and trying different guys at different places. He's a young man who can play on both sides of the ball. How'd that go and how'd that look to you during this spring? Yeah,
Boo did a great job. There's a lot of work that goes into it because he's still got to grow on the defensive side of the ball, but now you're adding to his plate. As he came into our program in year 1, we talked about you got to learn and master something, and that was on the defensive side of the ball for him. You saw his success as a punt returner. You know, all-conference punt returner. Really started about 2/3 of the way through the year where he started being the guy back there. But this spring he did a great job learning a lot of what we're doing offensively. Finding out I was growing every day, him as well, the communication side of it, how those two things work together and manage it. That's going to have to be during the course of practice, but game day as well. And as we exited, went through our process, exit interviews, had more conversations with him on that, and he'll be a part of what we do when we get to the fall on the offensive side of the ball.
Look forward to seeing that. And lastly, Coach, that quarterback room will be different now with Jake and George, and now bringing in Joey. What's that like for you and Coach Halsley as you prepare to mentor those guys heading into next season?
Yeah, end of the day, it's everybody's responsibility that sits in that team room to learn it, earn it, and take it. And as we onboard Joey, and those guys the 2 other guys are already here, continuing to grow in understanding of our scheme, being able to control the run game, certainly make smart decisions in the pass game, fundamental growth where they're able to put their bodies in position to be consistent, delivering the football. But the quarterback position is unique as well in that you got to gain and garner respect from your teammates, and those guys got to have a trust factor with you too, and that's a huge part for those guys that are young. Joey's played a lot of football,
sure,
but being new inside of our program, that'll be a big part of their task as we go into the summer.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking time out. All the best this offseason. It won't be long before it's football time in Tennessee. Go Vols.
And not a better time of year, and great to be here with you today.
You bet.